This problem asks us to find the length of the rectangle given its width and perimeter. Stay tuned in the video as we work to find the solution. Keep it locked in. Hey everyone, it's Jana with Open Minds LLC, and I'm here to solve one variable word problems. All right, let's get into it. Mike is 7 years older than his sister. The sum of their ages is 29. Can you find Mike's age? Whenever you have word problems, I strongly advise you to underline or circle the information that you're given and also what you're being asked to find. All right. So that kind of gives you a guide so that you're not all over the place, but you have some kind of structure when setting up your problems. So we know that Mike is 7 years older than his sister, and the sum of their ages is 29, and we're being asked to find Mike's age. So since we need his sister's age in this, I am going to use a variable to represent his sister's age. So his sister is going to be represented with the variable x. And then because I know Mike is 7 years older than her, I'm going to use the expression x plus 7 to represent Mike's age. So I'm going to set up my equation, adding their ages together, and the sum being 29. So we have x plus 7 equals 29. Now, we want to combine any like terms. So there are two x terms there. Whenever you're combining like terms, okay, with addition and subtraction, we make sure that you don't change the value of the exponent. So we are only in this case adding the coefficients. So they both have a coefficient of 1. So this will simplify to 2x, not 2x squared or x squared, but simply 2x. All right, plus 7 equals 29. Now we have a two-step transformation because we are trying to isolate x. So we're going to first subtract 7 from both sides. So that gives us 2x equals 22. And then we're going to divide by 2. So 22 divided by 2 is 11. Now, remember, so x equals 11, so that represents Mike's sister's age. We are not asked to find her age, we are asked to find Mike's age. So we're going to plug in 11 in the expression for Mike's age and add that to 7. And that will give us his age. So 11 plus 7 is equal to 18. So Mike is 18 years old. That answers the question, and we are finished. And of course, if you wanted to check to ensure, you would just simply plug in 11 in the equation. So we know that 11 plus 11 is 22, and then 22 plus 7 is 29. So this checks out. So we know that Mike is indeed 18, and his sister, although not needed, is 11. All right, let's move on to the next word problem. You're shopping for a new outfit. Each shirt costs $15 and a pair of jeans is $40. You buy X shirts and 2 pair of jeans. Your total is $125. How many shirts did you buy? All right, so we have a lot of values here. Okay, so we know that each shirt, so each we associate each with multiplication. All right, costs $15. A pair of jeans is $40. You buy X number of shirts, 2 pair of jeans. Your total is $125. How many shirts did you buy? Okay, so we know that shirt is $15, and we're going to represent the number of shirts with X. Plus, you purchase 2 pair of jeans that are $40 a piece. And your total is $125. So let's simplify this and solve for our variable x. All right, so you need to multiply 40 by 2. So just a little quick tip. Anytime you're multiplying a number or numbers that end in one or more zeros, always multiply the non-zero numbers and then just add the number of zeros that both factors have to the answer, to your product. And that's just a little quick way of solving without having to use a calculator. All right, so here we'll have 15x, and we know 4 times 2 is 8, then add that 0. So 40 times 2 is 80, equals 125. All right, so two-step transformation. We are going to first subtract 80 from both sides. So 15x is equal to, this is going to give you 45. All right, so 15x equals 45. And from here, we are going to divide both sides of our equation by 15. So 15 goes into 45 3 times. And so since we know X is representing the number of shirts, that's what we're asked to find. So you purchase 3 shirts. All right. And if you want to check to make sure, we know that plugging in 3 for X, 15 times 3 is 45, and we know that 45 plus 80 will give you the 125. So this checks out. Our last problem. A rectangle has a length of x plus 4 meters and a width of 10 meters. If the perimeter is 84 meters, what's the length? Okay, so we have a formula to help us find the perimeter for a rectangle, and the perimeter is equal to 2 times the length plus 2 times the width, or simply P equals 2L plus 2W. Okay, so again here I want to look at what I'm given and what I'm being asked to find. So we know the length is represented by x plus 4 meters. The width is 10 meters. The perimeter is 84 meters, and we're asked to find the length. Okay, so I'm going to write down the information. So the length is represented as x plus 4. That's our expression. The width is 10 meters, and the perimeter is 84 meters. Now I'm going to plug those values into our formula here. In place of P, I'm going to put 84, 2 times, so in place of L, I'm going to put x plus 4 plus 2 times W, which I'm going to plug in 10. All right, we need to simplify first before we can find x. Now, here I want to point out this 2 is being multiplied by what's both of these terms inside the parentheses, the x plus 4. To do that, we use a distributive property, okay? And so I like to use my little arrows here to indicate we are distributing, okay? So 84 is equal to 2 times x, which is 2x, and then 2 times 4 is going to be plus 8. And then 2 times 10 is 20. We're going to combine our like terms, so the 8 and 20 are like terms, so that's going to give us 28. Now we can begin our two-step transformation in isolating our variable x. First, subtracting 28 from both sides of the equation. All right, so we know that 8 from 14 is 6, 2 from 7 is 5. So 56 equals 2x. And then we can divide by 2. And 2 goes into 56 28 times. All right. And so from here, we are given the value of x, but we are looking for the length, which is represented by the expression x plus 4. So we're going to plug in 28 in place of x. So length equals x plus 4. So 28 plus 4 is equal to 32. So that means that the length of the rectangle is 32 meters. All right, so that's it for our one variable word problems. I hope that this was an asset for you, and I hope that you were able to understand and utilize this in your studies. And of course, if you have any questions, feel free to let me know, and I look forward to assisting you. And I hope that you will tune in next time for another video created just for you. And I hope you have a great week. Thanks for tuning in. See you next time. Bye.